I've been wanting to make a vlog for a while. You see me sitting back at the wall. It's not really been set up in a while, and so this setup is kind of slapdash thrown together at the last minute. Today just kind of gives me the opportunity to go where I wanted with it. The first thing I need to say is about the video that we did yesterday. We streamed Doki Doki Literature Club, which is a free-to-play game on Steam. I'm not going to go into recommending it here, the review or anything. We're going to do a post-mortem after we're done playing it. It's a 3.5 hour live stream, but if you jump to about the third hour mark and do the last 30 minutes, you'll see some things that are very hard topics to discuss. You'll see I actually had a really hard time keeping it together. The reason behind that is that it deals with depression. And for those of you that don't know me, which is some of you, most of the people on here are my family members and friends, so you know me, but you may not know me as well as you think you do. I have for quite a while now, I've struggled with depression, and not just depression. I've actually been diagnosed as what is known as a type 2 bipolar personality. It's typified by more depressive periods with really kind of productive manic periods, but the depressive periods are way longer. And they cause such a problem in my life. Because of that, playing Doki Doki in the context of what happened in the game, it really hit home. And I told my wife yesterday, I said, I've played it and it didn't hit me as hard as when I actually had to read it out loud. And that's because it's such a hard thing to get through. It's hard to explain depression. It really is. And for anybody out there that's depressed, understand that I know it's very hard to broach the subject. For people that I know, in my experience, myself included, talking about depression is incredibly difficult because people aren't going to understand. Now, also realize I'm an extremely emotional person, and anybody who knows me thinks that I'm just kind of mad all the time. I cry at the drop of a hat. I watch the first 10 minutes of Up, and I'm bawling like a baby. When the Doki Doki thing happened, it hit so close to home that I teared up. I did. But the problem is when you get to that point where you have to talk about depression with people who aren't depressed, it's hard to explain to them exactly what you're feeling inside. So understand that this video itself is hard for me to make simply because I don't like talking about it. I don't walk around going, hey, I'm bipolar, or I'm depressed today. It's a personal thing. Even talking to my family members is difficult for me. Because, as is said in the game, it's hard to explain to people, and you don't want other people having to think about your feelings. It's not about, I want attention. It's about, I feel terrible. And I don't think the people around me, see, I'm tearing up already. I don't think the people around me need to put up with my feelings. They've got lives of their own. They've got feelings of their own. So I'm not seeking attention. I'm actively trying to push attention away. And that just makes it worse because depression also makes you feel lonely. I can be in a crowd of people and something will hit me wrong and it's like you're standing alone. Even when you got people laughing and happy around you, you don't feel like being happy. And it's not a conscious decision. So talking to the people out there that are depressed that are watching this, and I'm not going to tell you I know what you're going through. I'm not going to tell you, even though I have depression, even though I'm bipolar, I'm not going to tell you I know what you're going through. I can't help you. But what I can tell you is there are people who can. And I'm not going to give you these platitudes about keep your chin up, because I know that's the worst thing ever is when somebody tells you just, hey, it'll get better. They can say it all they want. It doesn't make it feel true. I will say I'm going to put the descriptions down in the description down below. This is why I didn't want to live stream this, because I want to be able to kind of put the stuff in where I need it. But there's a suicide prevention hotline. Everybody knows about that. There is a group that will allow you to text them. If you don't want to talk to someone, you can text them and they will give you help. They will listen to you. Listen to you. Call them. They'll listen to you. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to talk about, but these third-party people, these people on the phone and the people in the text, you don't have to think of them as people. almost. They're there to listen and not judge and not be the voice of reason and not try to make you feel better. They're there to listen to you. And you don't have to worry about making them happy. And you don't have to worry about making them feel bad. All you have to worry about is getting help. Get the help you need. Get the help you deserve, even though you don't feel like you do. Now, the other part of this is going to be a rant. And I like to rant. I do. Anybody who knows me knows I like to rant. But this is such a serious situation, and I think it's kind of being played off in some circles as not a serious situation, and I want to make it really clear right now. I am mad. I am angry. I'm about as mad as it gets. So it's kind of hard to approach this. Everybody who knows me knows that I like Japan. I really do. I think it's a great culture. I think it's a beautiful place. I want to visit there so badly. I'm learning the language. So I love the culture. I love the people. All the people I've met from Japan, all the people I've met, and this personal experience, are very polite and kind. My Japanese instructor is amazing. My daughter's Japanese instructor is amazing. Anybody I've had contact with, yes, they're doing a job, but you know what? They also seem like they feel the way they act. And some of you are going, what's this all about? If you haven't heard, there is a YouTuber named Logan Paul. These two got popular the way Jackass got popular. Basically acting like 5-year-old children with no parents. And that's going to make people mad, and there's going to be controversy about people saying this. And there's a lot of people saying this, not just me. They run around, they act like idiots. They go to other countries and act like idiots. They run around screaming. They run around joking and laughing. Logan Paul, for instance, went to Tokyo recently. In Tokyo, he acted a fool. The worst part to me, he runs around, he throws Pokeballs at people. He lays down in the middle of a street in Shibuya. He shoves fish and squid tentacles in people's faces as they're walking around. He gets in the way of bicycles. Just in general bad behavior. But the one thing is he goes to a shrine. And while people are there praying, and while people are there being the way you should be at a shrine or a church or a synagogue or anywhere, this idiot runs around screaming at them, hollering, waving his hands, swearing, maybe light swearing, but still not acceptable. There is money where you make an offering. You put money into a box. And this little turd is like, oh yeah, you throw this in here to make your wish, and I wish for success and happiness and hella bitches. And then he throws the money at it. How would you feel if somebody came into your place of worship, whether it be a church? I grew up in a place where there are a lot of evangelical and Baptist churches. How would you feel if you went to church and somebody walked in and said, oh, hail Jesus, and praise the Lord, and just threw money at the collection plate? That's the kind of disrespect we're talking about. But it gets worse. Even with the fish and the throwing things at people and laying down in the street and offending people at a religious place. There is a place in Japan. It's called Aokigahara Forest. And it is more commonly known by the name the Suicide Forest. And it's called that because people go there and kill themselves. They leave people behind, family members, loved ones, because they can't take whatever the situation is. And this little idiot walks in there with his camera crew, joking and laughing, and they actually find a gentleman who has killed himself. And instead of doing the decent human thing and turning off his camera and walking out with his friends and finding a police officer or someone in authority, he films it. Worse yet, he laughs about it. Oh, hey, dude, we just saw a dead body. Oh, no, you didn't see a dead body. Yeah, I saw a dead body, bro. It gets better. He not only films it, he not only has this joking, laughing time with his friends, he posted it on YouTube. Let that sink in a minute. This video was on the front page, trending, and monetized. It has a thumbnail, when you see it on the side, when you go to click on a video, of the body. Yeah, the face is blurred, but it's a picture of him standing there in front of it going, with the body behind him. I cannot explain to you how mad that makes me. I cannot even begin to tell you how angry I am at this little douchebag. You don't go to another country, especially a country that actually welcomes people in a lot of cases, and act like an idiot, and then take a body and desecrate it. In my opinion, it's desecration. You basically spit on that man's body and on the family members that are going to miss him, and on the friends and coworkers that don't believe that their loved one did this in the first place, and now they've got to go up to YouTube and see this idiot, or they got to see in the newspaper that you're an idiot and you put this up there. One of the channels said it best. He said, yeah, there are good people. Not everybody's bad people in a foreign culture. Not everybody is a bad person in any given demographic, but not everybody's a good person either. How do you know which is which, you know? Can you just let everybody in and hope? Can you do extensive background checks on them? No. So how do you handle it? You lock them out. Lock all of them out. They don't want to do that. I'm sure there are people there that would love Americans to come over, learn the language, learn the culture, enjoy the experience. I would give my left arm to go to Japan. But it's going to come to a point where people like this are going to cause it not to happen because of their immature behavior. And yet YouTube puts this on a front page where he can get clicks and he can get likes. There are millions of subscribers on his channel that are defending him. Yeah, people have unsubscribed. But there are still millions of people that have backed him up on this. Sent threats to people like me who called him on his crap. I don't even know what to say, honestly, other than what I've said. Logan Paul is a moron. He's an immature child. He put up an apology video. Oh, I'm so sorry I did this. I really did. He got kicked out of Japan. He got removed from the country. You know, I was going to show you videos of that. But I cannot in good conscience even go to his page to pull the video because it gives him a like. It gives him a video view. It gives him another hit, another click. I thought about not even putting his name in here, but you need to know who he is so you can avoid him. Check your children. Make sure if they're on YouTube, they're not watching this moron. You can't blame the parents. You can, and you can at the same time. They may have not taught him well, or they may have taught him everything, and he still just says whatever. He is the epitome of the rich brat who didn't learn how to act like an adult. Him and his brother both. So that's my rant on Logan Paul. Take it for what you will. And kind of my rant on depression as well. Hopefully that didn't come across too ranty. Last thing I want to say is, to end this video, is we are going to be trying to come back a little stronger this year for producing content and having it out there to y'all, whether it be live streams or another vlog. Like I said, I wanted to do this for a while. I didn't know how I wanted to approach it. This kind of did well for me, just throwing it out there. I want to try to get on a schedule with a vlog and a live stream both. Share it around to your friends. Really, really appreciate it. I just want to share it with y'all. I actually really enjoy this. And I'm kind of rambling now. I ranted. I talked about depression. I ranted. And now I'm rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, guys. Pass this along to your friends. Not only for the depression. Have people watch that part. The Logan Paul thing, let them watch the rest of that. But definitely have people watch the first part of this, because I'm hoping that maybe I can make a difference for people who don't know what to do. Thank you all, and I will see you in the next vlog or the next stream video.